The question is being asked by Mata Parvati to Lord Shiva. In scripture, it tells us Mata Parvati is mother of the entire creation. Have you ever heard that before? Moola Prakriti Vidyatu. She is the goddess of creation. But Lord Shiva is called Jagatapita. Lord Shiva is called Jagatapita. Jagatapita means he is the father of creation. So Devi is the mother of creation and Lord Shiva is the father of creation. The mother of creation is asking a question to the father of creation. Who created us? That's my question. Not Devi's question. That's my question. Who created us? Hello? Who created us? Oh. Listen to what Mata Parvati is asking Lord Shiva. She's saying, "Oh Lord Shiva, tell me, I want to know. Why has the universe not permitted pets or animals to talk? She is the mother of creation. And listen to the question she's asking the father of creation. As though creation has nothing to do with her and as though she has no idea, no clue. Has somebody ever asked you a question that they know the answer to already? And you know that they know the answer, so you refuse to answer? So to Lord Shiva is very cautious. Whenever Mata Parvati asks Lord Shiva, he thinks more than once before he answers. For sometimes the answers might bring about an unexpected reaction. True or not? Shake your head up and down. Even in life, the answer might bring about an unexpected reaction. Mata Parvati is asking, why is the animals not allowed to speak? Have you any clue? Have you any idea? Cindy, any idea? There are some animals that try to talk. There are some animals that try to communicate, but they can't speak fluently. Thinking about that question, our Katha begins tonight. But the Katha comes from the Ramcharitramanas, the Holy Ramayana. And so the Katha begins to tell us very beautifully. What is it saying? It says Ayodhya is a happy place now. For Sri Ram, he has made his way back from his exile. And the entire Ayodhya is happy and rejoicing. When you get home, if there is nobody happy to see you, the dog is happy to see you. True or not? From a distance, the dog knows the roll of the tire. Your wife too, eh? She too. The dog knows the roll of the tire and the dog becomes excited. Even if the dog is locked away somewhere in the back or somewhere, the dog knows my master came home. There are some people who don't really like people, but they like their animals. Parvi, as you? It says, Ayodhya is a happy place. Tonight, many things have occurred in the past year, some of which was very pleasant and some of which was very unpleasant. Some of which were very pleasant and celebratory, and some of which were not very pleasant and non-celebratory. Ayodhya is rejoicing. Why? Bhagwan Shri Ram and Mata Sita, they're now seated on the throne as Raja and Rani. Vishal, turn next to your mother there and tell her you're looking like a Rani. Tell her she's your queen. Vivek, tell your mommy you're looking like a Rani. Tell her. Nigel, tell your wife, nobody else. Tell her you're looking like a Rani. We pay compliments to strangers, but we pay no compliments to the people closest to us. Because we take it for granted that they're supposed to know that they're beautiful. And we take it for granted that they're supposed to know that they're looking nice. Huh? Dave, tell your own wife, huh? Tell her, you're looking beautiful. Tell her. Anil, tell your wife, your own wife, nobody else. Ayodhya is a happy place, a celebratory place. But as Sri Ram and Sita Devi, they sit on the throne. They want to show some kind of appreciation. Have you ever heard that word appreciation before? What does it feel like when somebody shows you appreciation? What does it feel like? How do you feel when you're appreciated? Papa Malu is not sitting here because he's sitting here because I appreciate him. You are all invited because we appreciate you. We wanted you to come and be a part of this. Mata Sita and Bhagwan Ram, they're seated on the throne, but now they're going to show appreciation. And what are they going to give? Dave, you can only give what you not me, I promise, and then I go and beg and give. I call Dave and I say, boy, I need help. I need some sheets of ply. And he said, what are you going to do? I said, well, I want to help somebody repair a house that is falling down. And he said, well, I could give you a couple. I said, no, let me tell you how much. Couple mightn't be enough. I have to tell you how much. And maybe when I tell you, you might say so much. But this is what I need. The hands that serve and the hands that give, they're greater than the lips that... Say that with me. The hands that serve and the hands that give, they're greater than the lips that... We hoard and we hold on selfishly, but we never give selflessly. Strange, huh? I say to everybody, while you're alive, give the pillow. While you're alive, give the sponge. While you're alive, give the umbrella. While you're alive, give the things with your own hand. Give what you can give with your own hand. Accumulate your own merits by your own actions. Don't wait until you're dead for somebody to give a bed in your name. Actually, when you're dead, they might can't afford a bed to give in your name. So give it while you're alive. Give it. It says they're showing appreciation. And all of the beings, they're standing around and everybody's excited. You ever see when somebody comes from abroad and they're opening the suitcase? Have you ever seen how that happens? Hello? Is that only me in my house? At my home? Actually, I love when the members of the group go away and think, I like to go when they're opening the suitcase. But when, not just to open the suitcase, while I know they're abroad, I send a list of what I want. And I say, put it in a bag where you could find it easier. If I like you, I might come in the airport. If I just like what you're bringing, I'll wait till you give me it. Mata, Sita and Sri Ram, they're giving gifts. And as they begin to give gifts, what will happen? Listen, it tells us. Mangala Bhavanaya Mangala Hari Draba Usuda Sarata Jira Bihari Mangala Bhavanaya Mangala Hari Draba Usuda Sarata Jira Bihari Suni Purana Sab Aju Samita Samadeh Din Saubhagya Veka Sab Sukha Kaha Sukare Hi Na Pai तव चल प्रभु कहा आंसू न पाई। जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम। Everybody,
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम। श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम।
as a token, as an appreciation, Bhagwan Shri Ram and Mata Sita, as they're seated on the throne, they begin to give gifts to all of those who helped them while they were in the bun, in the forest. They begin to give gifts. And so everybody rushes up in front to see what they will get. And what gifts they're giving? They're giving of their jewelry. The jewelry that they're wearing, this is the gift that they're giving. If you have to give a piece of your jewelry as a gift, what will you give? Let me answer. You'll give the chunkiest piece that you could find. You all ever hear that word? Chunkiest. The smallest piece you could hardly see. That's what you'll give. When the time comes to give, we put up a shield, we build a wall. But when the time comes to receive, we go with a truck with a big tray. Isn't it? And that's a fact. It is the truth. In many instances, for many people, they begin to take off their ornaments and their jewelry and they begin to give. And as they begin to give, everybody becomes happy. Everybody becomes elated. But there is one person who has remained behind because his intention, his actions were not performed expecting something in return. We live in a world where we live among people, anything they do, they expect some kind of payment in return. True or not? Shake your head up and down. Everybody, I want to see you. Shake your head up and down. Shivi, shake your head like this. If they don't get a payment, they're not going to do it. And so, this being is way behind. He's not expecting anything. Who is he? Listen, Goswami Tulsidas Ji writes, दूतः भवनेन निसभर भाई समझ हरे सुनाई पतक प्रतक सुने तर भर पाना बोले न एक सुंदर बाणा जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम Everybody,
जय राम श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम
Shri Ram summons. He's calling now. Who is he calling? Did you all give thought that Shri Ram, Bhagwan, God himself called you this evening and said to you, I am inviting you, I want you to come. Come to puja. Come to satsang. Your name is on the list. Come. Do you know much people received the same call that you got and they ignored it? Do you know much people got the very same call that you got and they said, well, let me go to the party now. Whole year, I will pray. It have the whole year. 365 days coming, I will pray. Do you know much people came with the intention and they say, you see, 11:45, I go run away. And Bhagwan said to them, run away? Come up in front, where you'll be in front of the camera. So you can't run away. You see, Tavesh smiling, I already know. Two guilty people. It says, everybody is receiving their gifts. And then Sri Ram summons, he calls. And who is he calling? Hanumanji. As Hanumanji comes and he stands in front of Bhagwan Sri Ram and Mata Sita. He stands there briefly and then Danvat Karo. He falls to the ground and he bows to their feet. Everybody else came to collect, but nobody else bowed. Nobody else bowed. They were so concentrating on collecting that they forgot to show and to display humility. A few days ago, the members of the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, we went to the hospital to give gifts to the patients who are in the hospital. There are new people who went with us for the first time. And I had to buff them up many times. Because a gift is not something you take and you say, here, look it. A gift is something that when you go to give the gift, you give it with compassion from your heart. And many of the gifts that they gave and they said, here, look it. I had to walk back behind them. And I had to take the blanket out of the bag and open it and cover many of the people. And I say to them, I'm giving you a blessing. I'm giving you a blessing so that you could bless us in return. See the difference? See the difference? It is not in what you give, but it's how you give, what you give that makes the big difference. It is not what you say, but it's how you say, what you say that makes the big difference. But you know, there are some people, whether what you say and how you say, they're always offended. That's why I have little or no friends. Because everybody becomes offended all the time. Out of the 365 days, 385, somebody is vexed with me. Because of something I said or something that I did, and I came to the conclusion, I can't make everybody happy. I can't make everybody happy all the time because I am just me. And you will always be. I'm just one. You're a multitude. But some people just can't understand that. It says, Hanumanji Danvat Karo, he falls to the feet of Sri Ram. And as he falls to the feet of Sri Ram, Kamal, Moti, Kamal. Moti. What is Moti? Moti. You know, there are two definitions. I spoke one day and I said that there are words that are used that has multiple meanings. So one word could have multitude meanings. So depending on the context in which the word is placed, then you have to find the appropriate meaning. Moti. Do you know what Moti means? I want to tell you what Moti means, but promise me that you will not call anybody Moti, right? Moti means plum. You all know what's plum? A few years ago, I couldn't fit in this chair. I was plum. Moti means big, chubby. Okay, let me use a better word, fluffy. Moti means fluffy. But Moti also means pearl. See? Moti also means pearl. Moti Kamal. Moti Kamal means a pearl mala. They take out their pearl mala and they present this as a token of appreciation to Lord Hanuman. And as they take off this mala and they give it to Lord Hanuman, they put it around his neck. And as they put the mala around the neck of Lord Hanuman, everybody begins to shoo-shoo. You all ever hear that word before? Shoo-shoo? What does it mean? Anela, what does shoo-shoo mean? You ever shoo-shoo before? Have you all ever shoo-shooed before? Shake your head up and down, everybody. Come, I want to see you. Renaud, shake it so. Huh? Shoo-shoo. Shoo. You ever shoo-shoo? Huh? Especially if you're sitting next to Kus, that could happen. Huh? Shoo-shoo. From time to time, she'd say, give me some water now. Huh? Shoo-shoo. Talk quietly. It says everybody started to talk. And everybody started to envy the gift that was given to Hanumanji. Everybody became envious because they thought that he got the best. Tonight, if I were to ask you, which one of us seated here in this hall, we got the best blessing from Bhagwan? Who will you point to? Who will you point to? Which one of you, or which one of us received the best blessing? This man just flew for 2 days to be here for tonight's satsang from a place called Bahrain. He just flew. Is it Bahrain? Turkey. Not the one to eat, huh? That's where he flew from. Renault flew from all the way Delhi. And he came. Russell he flew from all the way Barco. And he came. And I'm so happy that whether where the location is, everybody found their way. Because everybody came, like when the phone goes dead, you plug the phone to charge, huh? So that the phone will have some kind of life, energy. Only when we plug in and we begin the new year with this kind of energy, then the year becomes prosperous. Always remember that. The year becomes fruitful because we have now plugged in to the bhakti, the devotion that will guide us and glide us through the new calendar year. Everybody becomes envious. They become jealous. And as they become jealous, Hanumanji is hearing because he's blessed with good hearing. The holy people, the saint-like people, they're blessed with a Vardhan. The Vardhan to hear really well. They're blessed with the Vardhan to see really well. They're blessed with the Vardhan to have a sharp nose. And they're blessed with the Vardhan to have a connection problem. Because sometimes they think it and they say it and everybody becomes offended. But it's their duty to tell you, to awaken you from the sleep that you are in. It is their duty. Hanumanji recognizes now that everybody is envious. So Hanumanji is wondering what he will do. Have you ever known or have you ever been in the company of somebody who don't like you? Hello? Shake your head up and down. Renault, you're not helping out here. Shake your head so. Huh? We have all had the company of eating and drinking and acquainting with people we know that don't like us. Huh? But do it with a smile, you know. I know you don't like me. You know what I do? Kuchi, kuchi, ku. I'm not like you. Kuchi, kuchi, ku. You don't like me, that is you. Kuchi, kuchi, ku. I'll always be me. Huh? Hanumanji recognizes this. So you know what he does? Hanumanji takes the mala off his neck and everybody lifts up and they look. And now they think that he's going to give it away. And they become excited now. Everybody becomes excited thinking that they will receive the mala from Hanumanji. He takes the mala from around his neck. And Hanumanji, what he's going to do? Have you ever given a mala to somebody and as soon as you give it to them, they take it off their neck? Why are you looking at me? I take off the mala all the time and I put it around the neck of some other person. I take the mala and I put it on for some other person. And the giver becomes upset. The giver says, but you know, I bought that and it took effort to make it and you don't appreciate it. Do you know when you get a mala? Do you know when you will get a mala? Just a few days ago, a lady who attended every single thing that we had in the Ganesh Utsav Foundation, anything and everything, she died. And I officiated at the funeral. And while doing the funeral, there were 4 people. And so I gave them the 4 malas. And then while they were reading the eulogy, I took the 5th one and I went and I put it for her. And in the middle of the eulogy, her daughter started to scream and started to cry loud. And after the eulogy was done, she took the microphone while crying and she said, "It touched my heart to see that Pundit took the mala and put it on for my mother." And I allowed her to say what she was saying. And then I took the microphone from her and I said, "I want to tell you something, Sugar." I'm calling her Sugar. So if ever I call you Sugar, that's not disrespect, huh? That's me being polite. I said, "Sugar, I want to tell you something. You could stand up and scream that you see me put the mala for your dead mother. But I could do it for her when she's dead, because you know why? I gave her many of my malas while she was alive. Almost every time she will come to the Singhasan to meet me, I will take off the mala and I will give it to her. So I'm doing it with no regret. We live in a world where you see all kinds of things, you know. I recently did the funeral and Swami gave the 5 malas to the boys. And before I could tell them anything, they put it on for themselves. Swami looked at me and he said, "All the mad people in Sentence?" And I looked at him and I said, "What are you talking about?" He said, "Look, them put on the mala for themselves." He said, "What will we do now?" He said, "The mala jhuta." I said, "You know what? Jhuta or not jhuta, the mala is not for them. Tell them I say take it off." They all became offended. One of the boys said, "Well, she done that. Well, she could do that. I wearing it, looking nice." And in my mind, I say, Narayan, Narayan. So we live. We never find ourselves in the places to learn anything. So when the time comes, you know what happened? You're confused. When there is a death in your home, after the bandara and everything done, you dead too. Because they confuse you. So much different instructions are given. You have no clue what to do. That's why you have to follow the guidance of your Pundit only. Too many cooks spoiled it. Have you ever heard that before? Hanumanji takes off the mala. And then, what do you think he'll do with it? Hanumanji takes off the mala gracefully, elegantly. Have you ever heard the word elegantly? What does elegant mean? Elegantly means gracefully. With class. Elegantly, he takes the mala off. And taking it off, what he does, listen. Hoy ka parata bogan kayo, Ram base kahari nahi de pao, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram, Ram, Siya Ram, Jai Jai Ram. One by one pearl at a time, he begins to bite it open. He's biting it open one by one, biting it open. You ever buy a new set of glass? And you invite the guests home and you're proud to bring out the glass. And as soon as they begin to drink, bam, one fall down and your heart skip about 5 beats. And then somebody go by the sink to wash the glass and they knock it and the next one break and a little piece of your heart again break. Because they're mashing up all your... One by one, he begins to bite the pearls and he's shattering it into pieces. What have we done when life throws obstacles and problems in our pathway that might just shatter us? What have we done? What have we done to prepare ourselves for that time? As Hanuman begins to bite them one by one and they begin to shatter, all of the beings around now, they begin to talk again. They're saying, look at what he's doing. I have news for you, you know. Whether what you do, somebody will still talk about you. Do you know? Do you all know this? Shake your head so. Whether what you do, somebody will still find some kind of fault with you. Vishal stood in front of the mirror for half an hour and comb his hair. And the lady behind say, I can't see, his spikes blocking me. Whether what you do, somebody will find some kind of fault. And that which is so perfect, they will still make it to be imperfect. They will still find some kind of criticism. It says, biting the pearls one by one, one by one. Everybody stands up now and they look at Hanuman and they begin to question him. What are you doing? Hanuman ignores the question from everybody else. But then Sri Ram stands up. And Sri Ram asks Lord Hanuman. You know what he's asking Lord Hanuman? Sri Ram is asking Hanumanji now. What is he asking? Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakariyo. Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakariyo. Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakariyo. Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakar. Bhakta hitakar. Bhakta hitakari. O bhakta hitakari. Bhakta hitakari. Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakari. Aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakari. O aise hamre Ram bhakta hitakari. Aise hamre Ram bhakta बमरे बीलू कहा दे देही दे हनुमान पुरामा देही दे हनुमान शिक्षा दे कर दे बहुते देही दे बलवान पुरामा देही है बलवान तातर तातर दे कर दूहे सुनो पीर हनुमान ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारियो ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हिते sing with me ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी
ऐसे हमरे राम
sing with everybody let's sing भक्त हितकारी ओ भक्त हितकारी
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 ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी ओ ऐसे हमरे राम भक्त हितकारी. Shri Ram is asking Hanuman, you know what he says? He says, Hanumanji, what are you looking for? Tonight, what are you looking for? We're going to enter into a new calendar year. What are you expecting out of this new year? What do you expect to gain or what are you expecting out of the new year? What have you expected out of the gone year? Huh? How favorable was the past year? What were the lessons that you learned in the past year? Have you become better beings? Have you become more realized beings? Have we learned from the experiences in the past? Or are we taking our old cultures and our old tradition and our old behavior into the new year and just continuing as normal? Are we going to do that? Or are we going to change? Hanumanji, hearing now the question from Sri Ram, Hanumanji can't ignore. So now he has the answer. If I tell you, I say, Auntie Angie, you have to eat. If you don't eat, you'll get weak, you'll get frail. She doesn't listen. Months pass, and you know what happened? My advice goes on deaf ears, but then her body begins to tell her, you have to eat. Because the body begins to shut down on its own. Talking about that, tonight there is a mother here with us. And before I came, she called me and she said, Pundit, I don't think that I will come tonight. And I said, why? She said, real trouble. I said, what? What is happening? She said, my son is critical and he's in the ICU. And the doctors say that everything is shutting down and he might not live to see the sunrise. What should I do? I'm sitting outside the hospital and I'm waiting. And I say to her, don't sit there and wait. You get dressed and you come to the puja. You get dressed and you come. And where that has to happen, it will happen. And when it has to happen, it will happen. And you have no control over that. But at least you'll be in the right place. You'll be doing the right thing. so that his soul will receive merits out of your actions. You brought him into the world. You know he is leaving. You know there is nothing you can do to change this. Then come and sit and pray in his honor. And when I saw her walking in, she listened to my advice and she came. She said to me, everybody sees me and everybody looks at me, but nobody knows the pain that I'm experiencing. And she said, sometimes when they laugh and they talk with me, I just want to scream, I just want to cry, I just want to bawl. She said, Pundit, you are my glue. You have helped me to hold myself together. And your group is my family. Think about how an outsider, a person who is not in the group, thinks of members of the group. And think about how you might think about the group and you are in it. Think about that. She says, you are the glue that holds me. And when I come, I feel joy. It is the only time that I could smile. It is the only time I could feel happy. It is the only time I could put aside my problems and my trouble. It is the only time when I'm in your company and the company of the group. And she's telling me, God bless you. She's saying to me, God bless you. But she's calling me to tell me that her son will die. Think about that. And then when you get invited, you say, me I go in. Me I don't get to do nothing. If you want to do something, nobody has to tell you. Do you know that? If you are willing to do something, nobody has to tell you, There has never been a time I had to say to Shobha, Shobha, help me now. She jumps up all the time and she says, what to do? Tell me now. Huh? There's never been a time I had to say to Auntie Angie, make the parsana. She said, how much we making? She drag out the pot, put up the pot, put the ghee in it. I say, Auntie Angie, Dave, don't make the parsana. She said, well, what we could do? We could use this ghee for Hawan. Where I go say, okay, done hot already. Huh? We'll use it for Hawan. Nobody has to instruct you to do anything. If you belong to a group, you find yourself in a position where you are welcomed. When you do what you think is required of you, nobody has to specify to anybody, do something. Her words touched my heart. Her tears on the phone made me cry inside. And she said to me, even in her crying moment, she said to me, you all bring joy to me. Do you know much people share that very same sentiment? Do you know much people looking on at the television right now wish that they could be sitting where you are sitting? Huh? We have all been given an opportunity. But we think it is just an opportunity. This moment will never come again. Do you know that? This time will never come again. We'll never have this time again. So we have to make the best out of this time. Because today is that lady's son in the ICU. And tomorrow could be. Before I came here, I went to the Gulf View to get an injection so that I could sit here without pain. Because Humpty Dumpty sat on a wall and Humpty Dumpty had a great fall. And Dummy Dummy laughed at me when I fell. The doctor looked at me and he said, it wouldn't work right away, He said, but you will feel the pain where I'm going to stick you and it will feel like a little ant's bite. It felt like 5 bee bite me. But now I'm having a little ease. Now I'm having a little ease. Because my mind is on the Ramayana, not on the pain. See? Hanumanji biting all of the beads, the pearls one by one. Shri Ram says, what are you looking for? Chire ke chati. Hanumanji, he says, Ram, I am looking for you. I am looking for you in these pearls. And if you are not in this pearl, then this pearl is of no value to me. If God is not in your life, then life is meaningless. If Bhagwan has not been invited into your home, then your home is not a home, it is a house. if you have not asked God to intervene and to be a part of your existence, then you are just existing. And that's just a fact. And once Bhagwan has been invited to come, you know what happened? He gives you that cup, the cup of bhakti to drink from. And when you drink from that cup, you know what happens? You only want to drink and drink and drink. That's why Anil and Dian could leave Rio Claro and come to Shagonas. That's why that could happen. That's why Uncle Harry and Carol could leave Todd's Road. What's the name of the road? Brothers Road. To come and to sit here. That's why Media Concept, who had plenty invitations, could say, I'm coming to the Diwali Nagar. That's why I'm coming. And as Hanumanji utters this, all of the beings around begin to laugh. Hanuman shatters the pearls and they scatter in all different directions and everybody is scampering now to grab a pearl. You ever see when you go to the child's birthday party and they what they call it? Piñata. Huh? And they take the mop handle. The mop handle? The crook stick. Crook stick? Who holds a crook stick? Take the mop handle and you're beating it and you see these snacks scatter. How do children react? How do they react? They ain't eating none of that, you know. All of them things sour and will send up your blood pressure and thing, you know. But they rush for it. Everybody is rushing for the pearls. And Hanumanji then, he says, my Ram is not in these pearls. He takes his hand and he rips open his chest. And in his heart, seated in his heart, is Sri Ram and Mata. What do you have in your heart? Parvi, what do you have in your heart? High cholesterol. Sasi, what do you have in your heart? Sometimes when I look at Sasi's Facebook post, I faint away. Slap myself up and get her back and watch it and say, was she really post, boy? What do we have in our heart? What do you have in your heart? Denise, what do you have in your heart, girl? Only love for Shami Maharaj. What do we have in our heart? The bhajan says, Hanumanji opens his chest. And in his heart, Mata Sita and Sri Ram is seated there. As we forge forward into a new calendar year, let us ask Bhagwan to come and take his seat upon the altar of our heart. The bhajan depicts the entire katha we have just read. Satya Sanatana Dharma ki Jai.
मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान। मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। हरण किया रावण ने प्रभु जी ते यकुलाए, हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु संदेश सुनाए। सीता हरण किया रावण ने प्रभु जी ते यकुलाए, हनुमान ने सीता जी को प्रभु संदेश सुनाए। हनुमान जी करते आए प्रभु जी के गुणगान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। लगी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देख प्रभु घबराए, भोर से पहले हनुमान जी दूल्हा जी ले आए। लगी लक्ष्मण जी को शक्ति देख प्रभु घबराए, भोर के पहले हनुमान जी दूल्हा जी ले आए। उठ बैठे लक्ष्मण जी लेकर श्री राम का नाम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। वानर देना देख के रावण की सहना घबराए, फलक झपकते हनुमान ने लंका आग लगाए। वानर सेना देख के रावण की सहना घबराए, फलक झपकते हनुमान ने लंका आग लगाए। लूट प्रभु के सामने जाकर रावण का अभिमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम। चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, चीर की छाती बोले अपने पवन पुत्र हनुमान, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम, मेरे मन में बसे है राम, मेरे तन में बसे है राम।
सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, सत्य सनातन धर्म की जय, आज शक्ति जगदम्बा माता की जय।